to give information about pricing, of course. For those that are asking if we are accredited lab, we are not. We cannot be accredited because we sell devices. We are not a lab. So at the end, what we sell is the device, so you can do it at your own. Here in Spain, the two public labs that are working with us, they want to accredit themselves, and it is possible. We have talked already with an AC. It says that they don't care if it's an AI or it's a human, that they can accredit the method anyway. And they have started already the documentation and the steps to be done. So soon we will have clients accredited with our system. And yeah, so very brief. When we send the device, we sell it at 4,800. Again, this is a microscope. You can use it for whatever you need. It has a joystick, it has a camera. It's not only intended for us, but it is a microscope, digital one that you can use for other purposes, everything you need. So it still is a laboratory equipment. In this price, we include everything. We include even the centrifuge. We include the regions, the consumables, the cover sleeves, the glass slides, the custom slides, everything that you need. And also we include training and installation, which is about 3-4 hours. Also, when you have the device, if you want to use it, because there's no permanent, no minimum cost, no fixed cost, so you buy credits. The credits are purchased in advance, and with the credits, you can use our system. Every time that you run one analysis, the credits are already used from your e-wallet. Already Edu showed that. So what we ask is, hey, how many analyses you're gonna do in 12 months? We try to estimate. The more credits that you buy, the cheaper they become. So it's good for you if you buy larger credit, but we have clients that at first they just wanted to try. So they purchase 100 and then they purchase the 1,000 credits. So the credits disappear in 12 months. So it is important that you can adapt to the number of analyses that you will do. And if you need more, you buy it. This is the price. Okay, for the pollen analysis, for all the information that I showed, everything, full pollen spectrum, yeast, starch, pollen richness, everything, all the information, it's less than 12 euros. Okay, it's 12 credits. So if you buy a large pack, it's around 11 euros. You don't have to send a sample anyway. So to anywhere. So you save the money for sending the sample, and you can do it in your own in 1 hour. You can do yeast, you can do p-font color, you can do crystallization rate, and you can do Nosema. Conductivity is free because there's no use of models. So what do you have to do if you want to buy it? You send an email to us and you request a pro forma invoice. We send to you the information, and then if you agree, you buy it, you receive it, and we do the installation and the training remotely. It will be Edu doing everything with you in 2-3 hours. It's super easy. Everybody has done it remotely. If you have doubts, you still can ask. You can do more video calls with us. Everything is super easy. Then you purchase the credit pack and you can start using it. We show you, we teach you how to use it, and there are video tutorials for everything. It's very easy to use. And yes, now we have reached the end of the webinar. We will reach now all the questions that you did in the chat. I think that even that you are muted, you can ask for participation and we can open your microphone so you can talk. We will check first all the written questions in the chat and answer them. And then also if you want to speak, if you want to raise your hand, and I think that we can open, your microphone. If you have questions for Sunil or Manohar or Elena, you can also ask. Okay, I'm gonna check the chat. Let me go again from the beginning of the chat. Okay. I'm gonna read and answer. Okay. Okay. I have a lot of AI assistants in the chat, so AI everywhere. Okay. It is possible to use the system to determine whether pollen grains were artificially added to the honey sample. This is a very important question. We have been during 1 year analyzing if this is possible. We created artificial syrups, or we use like acacia honey that has almost nothing, and we artificially added corbicular pollen to this honey. We check that for some pollen species, yes, there are differences. We can recognize them if they have been artificially added because they look morphologically different, but there are other pollen species that are exactly equal, that there are no difference between them. So for some, we can recognize, for some, we cannot. We have this information here, but it's true that when you add it, in the same moment, they still have differences in morphology, but after 5 months, they look very similar. What is the good point? That not all the pollen species are available as bee pollen. There are a lot of species that you cannot find very easily in bee pollen. So if you want to ultra filter the honey, remove all pollen grains, and then artificially add other pollen grains, it's not easy to have monofloral honeys. It's not easy to create monofloral honeys. And also you need to match color, conductivity, artificial added pollen grains. So at the end, it's quite complex to create monofloral honeys that are not from that region by ultrafiltering and then adding other pollen grains. You can do polyflora, yes, that's true. But with some artificially added pollen, we can recognize them. That's why we have the scoring average threshold. Then it says, how do you provide results considering pollen types or giving information about the flora that is represented for those correspondent pollen types? I think that I already explained well how we could provide results. We include nectariferous, polliniferous, and specific composition of all of them. If you have doubts, I invite you to go to our website, go to Technology tab, go to pollen, pollen analysis, and there we have clear explanations of the PDF of result, and which is the information that we provide. We provide the information of a specific composition for all those species above 9%. We provide the information with a total counting, but also corrected, only taking into account nectariferous sources. And also we include in observations, which would be the concentration if you correct with overrepresented pollen. Let's say removing acuum, removing castaña. About results validated, we have included different information here about which is the accuracy that we have on the validation set. So which accuracy we have with each pollen species. We have also shown which are the species that we have trained and the accuracy is good. For those species that we have not trained yet, this is not confidential. We can provide you with the list of the species that we have trained. We have 110 until now. I think that Intertech showed that they have 200. So we still have some species not yet trained, but we are about to do it. Everything is public. We have also, in the webinar of Spanish, we also showed the accuracy explained by the University of Cordoba, directly from palynologists. Also, we have validated by a Spanish lab. It is just a matter of doing dataset. For the datasets that we have, the accuracy is good. I invite you to send us samples and we will analyze for free for you. We also do free trials. If you ask us to do a free trial, we can send to you the device and you can test in your own. We have nothing to hide. Also, AccuLabs, Manohar and Sunil, they have explained the accuracy that we have. They have tested the device not only for their honeys, but also for European honeys. And yeah, again, it's just a matter of time to increase more data sets. We can provide you with information. Is the whole sample read by the device? No, it is not. We have different rules in which when they are terminated, we consider the analyze finalized. This is the same as a human expert, and we count more than a human expert. much more usually, because we have 4 different rules. First one is at least 500 pollen grains, at least 400 nectariferous, at least 100 fields. Only with 100 fields, sometimes we go to 3,000, 4,000 pollen grains, much more than a human. And then at least 5 rows. So most of the analysis that we do, it's not full glass, but we cover a significant area. Are the upload data acquired stored on your cloud, or how is the privacy of the client ensured? Okay, when we have a client, the client runs one analysis. In one sample, let's say that we take hundreds, sometimes thousands of images. All of them are uploaded to the cloud where we process them and we provide a PDF of results. The PDF of results, it's only available for this user. When you are our client, you have to log in with a password in our website, in our dashboard for clients. If you don't log in, you cannot see the results. So the PDF is private for you. We don't save any picture from your analysis. Once the analysis is done, we eliminate the pictures. We don't keep them because we know that the accuracy is good already. If we want to train new species, we do it manually, we do it on our own, or we do it with collaborators, like for instance, Aculab. But for clients, we don't keep any data, and the PDF of results is only available for you, completely private. Did you validate your results? If yes, for which source of honey did you validate them? And the validation done with how many samples? This is already explained. With the public institution, we did with all the samples that they got, 53 samples, because they are a public inspection arbitral lab. So they only receive problematic samples. So with all the samples that they receive from Spain, they use the system. We validate the accuracy with their expert and also University of Cordoba. University of Cordoba, it has been explained in the Spanish webinar. You can check it also. They did with 100 samples, and they're going to do a publication, scientific publication with our accuracy. I don't know how many samples analyzed Sunil and Manohar, but they are also analyzing. But again, if you have doubts, send us your samples or ask for a free demo, and we will send. Okay. Okay, here is a question for Asma. I don't know, Asma, if she's here because he's talking about family name with a change of Chenopodicea, change to Amaranthaceae. I don't know if Asma is here. Otherwise, we will send this email, this question.
Asma, it's not here now.
Asma is not here. We will send this answer by email once that we have. We try to have, Edu, muteate. We try to have always everything updated. We do our best. If there is a change in name, we will update. But yeah, we are always checking all papers and scientific publications, and we do our best to have it already updated. What do you mean in your report in compliance with International Honey Commission? Okay, this is because we tried, even that is AI, we tried to do everything in compliance with International Honey Commission. It means for how we read, the number of fields, number of pollen grains, the sampling protocol, everything. We try to do, except that it is an AI. Also the nectariferous, the overrepresented. So we tried to follow all the rules from the International Honey Commission. And except that we are an AI, we do it. We don't stain, but this is publicly announced. And we don't fix with gelatin. Again, this is publicly announced. So yeah, we follow official protocols. Can you distinguish life and death? I already explained that, not yet. We will, for those that are interested with a simple staining protocol, it can be done. We already do it for wine and beer. So yeah, it will be done. Hi, there is on a basic author plan with 30-minute meeting, the recorded longer meetings. Upgrade to Pro. Other pricing. Wow, I don't understand this question. There is no basic plan. When you buy our device, then you can buy as many credits as you need. So the more you use, the more credits you buy. We don't have basic or other plans. So you buy the pack of credits, and depending on the number of analyses that you do, the pack of credits will be reduced accordingly. How do you provide the results considering pollen types? I think I already explained that. Again, we provide the results exactly the same as another laboratory. You can go to the website and you will see. We usually provide pollen type, and in case of monofloral honey, we provide the flora that represented by the corresponding pollen type. Yeah, this is our answer. Does this analytical report recognize internationally? Okay, this is a very important question. We are not accredited. We cannot be accredited with ISO because we are not a laboratory. It is on your side for those clients that want to acquire our system. If you want to accredit yourself with our system, it is okay, you can do it. There's no problem with an AI using the system, but we are not. We are recognized internationally, step by step, not as recognized as Quasi, Intertech, or Eurofins, hopefully soon. Okay. About the validation, I already explained. How many pictures are taken per sample? It depends. As I explained, we have 4 different criteria to stop the test. So depending on how many fields we have to cover, we will have more pictures or less pictures. We scan in X, Y, and also Z. We focus. So we also take pictures depending on the Z. Eva, I'm wondering if we can quantify the starch content in the sample. Yes, we can. I already explained. You can check in the website, which is the range of a starch content that we provide warnings. So we count the number of starch that we find in the analysis. We provide you with estimation like yeast, and then depending on the range, we provide you with warnings. We always say that if it's above 10-15% compared to pollen grains, this is not normal and you should check your honey. About sharing the results with you, everything is non-confidential, so we can send all the information. We can provide the list of species that we have trained until now. You can ask for the results from the University of Cordoba. I think that they will do a public scientific publication soon. You can also send samples to us, and you can ask for free demo. Again, the accuracy depends on the type of pollen. Okay, about the training of the models. We have trained the models only with European samples until now, but we are open for collaborations like the collaboration that we did with Emirates. We have a lot of countries interested already, like Argentina, Brazil, Mexico, Pakistan, India. We have a lot of clients from other countries interested in collaborate with us. It's very simple. We first agree on the species to be trained, as we did with AcuLabs. We send the device to you at no cost. It is free for you. Then you start analyzing honeys. It is fully autonomous. You only have to put the sample and press the button. And then together with Asma, we will send to you the images of the pollen grains, and you have to help us to classify in folders. Once that we have around 1,000 images for each species, which can be super fast if you already have concentrated samples. And then we train the models for you. Then you validate, as Manohar explained. And if you feel that the accuracy is good, he said that we have 95 accuracy, which I think that is sometimes more than a human expert. Then we train the models and you can start using it. This is how it works. Okay, about the suspicious fraud. This is only something that we have available, like the QR code for Iberian Peninsula. The QR code that you can scan in the screen. This is a feature that we are only offering now for Spain and Portugal, because we want to first train all the species in the rest of Europe before offering that for packers. But yes, when we found suspicious sample, it's because the number of unknown pollen is above 14%. So in this case, we consider that the model is not accurate enough for this sample, and we send a message to the client, please send it to the lab. Also, if we see, for instance, that the we call it confidence threshold. The AI, when it says if it's one species of another, we have an average scoring. If the average scoring of the analysis was not above a threshold of confidence, we also tell the user to send it to the lab. Timus, not from North Africa, not yet. Now we are doing it with Aculabs. About this presentation, yes, the recorded session will be sent to you. So it is already being recorded, and we will send the link so you can recover everything. Okay, you want to, I think that if you want to talk, just raise your hand and I will try to unmute. Okay, so for those that want to talk, please react. Raise your hand in reactions. There is one button that you can, and I will unmute. For crystallization, how you define the threshold? Because we have done a lot of testing. We have done a lot of testing here with a lot of honeys, keeping them during 12 months under studies. And yeah, we can say that when you are below 1% of crystallization, you can be more or less sure that honey is not going to crystallize in the next 6 months. Okay. About the botanical names, we update them. So we try to be very active in that. But if you have any question or any comment, just send to us. The regions that we have until now, we have Iberian Peninsula, we have global, we have Western EU. Edu, can you help me? Which other regions we have? We have south of Europe. Now we will have Arab Emirates as soon as we have the training with them. Okay. But if you have questions about the regions, just send me an email and we will tell you. Also, if you want to ask about specific species, if we have trained them or not, it is not confidential. We can provide you with information. Okay, I think okay, there is one question about the 53 samples. Yes, we only analyzed with 53 samples from Spain. The accuracy was very good with all of them. Pollen, we don't do fraud inspection, so there's no need to go to higher. This is pollen. Pollen is the same everywhere. If the accuracy is good with 50 samples of citrus, it will be good for other samples. If you want to send us samples, we are open to send the results to you. And yeah, everything is public. We can send the information to you if you need. It is possible to count more than 100 fields. Yes, we could, but it will take more time. So we consider that 100 fields is already enough. But if anyone feels that we have to increase, it is very easy to us to increase. It's just some coding. About the recording, you all will receive this recording. You don't have to ask. You will receive a link with the recording. It is possible to train the AI for personal use. We have about 3,000 reference slides. Yes, but you have to do it with our system. So you first have to collaborate with us. We have to send to you the microscope and you have to analyze that samples with our system. And we need that you don't have used previously any stain, no stain, and no glycerin. Okay, so yes, you can use your reference slides. If you use glycerin, we have to train specific models for you. Okay. For the starch content about the quantification is like this. We can cover, because we covered the number of fields and we know how many grams of honey you add, we can estimate which is the composition and the concentration. If you want to know the ranges that we use, you can go directly to our website, to technology, pollen analysis, and you will see the ranges there. Again, for all that are interested, ask for a free trial. We can send the device to you, you can test it, you can use it during a couple of weeks. If you're happy, you buy it. If you are not happy, you don't buy it. No commitment. Acer honey, yes, we have it already trained. I think that more or less I covered everything. Again, if anyone can, if anyone want to speak, just share your hand with the button, and yeah, feel free to speak. I will try to unmute you.
Only one thing, for the crystallization question. When the honey, every honey is different, and you have a lot variability in the crystallization because the dirt in the bottle, the material of the bottle, the quantity of pollen richness, and you have a lot of variability. When it say that the threshold is 1%, it's because all our analyzed for under all 1%, it's not crystallization in 6 more or more. But every honey, it's different. It's not a true always. Okay.
Yes, the crystallization tool is good for those that you need to adjust your thermal treatment, because you can play with your honeys depending on the type. If it's acacia, of course, maybe you don't need to go below 1%. You can stay above 1% and you can adjust the temperature and the time for treatment. And also, yeah, for the cream honey, we are very open for honey packers that want to try, because we think that it's going to be a very useful tool. I think that's all from our side. We are already with some delay. So I just want to thank you all for your time.
Leila have
For
a
your
hand up.
Okay, let me try if I can unmute her. Yes, unmute. How can I do it? You know, Edu, how can I unmute her? Convertir en moderador. Okay. Leila, now you are moderator, so you can speak. I think that now you can speak. Try it, please. Go on.
Yeah, but I cannot hear you. Okay, so I will just ask my question, and then maybe later I can just get your answer. My question is that so if I just choose a region in the AI, for example, or a honey source. For example, I choose a sunflower. What if it's chosen mistakenly? For example, I choose sunflower, but it's not a sunflower honey. I mean, for example, it's raps or it's another source of honey. How it will be reacted? How the system will react it? Does it understand it and, for example, send that is the mistake and it's not the sunflower, or how is it going to be? How is it going to be calculated?
Okay, I will answer. Maybe you cannot hear me, but anyway, this is recorded. So hopefully in the recorded session, you can hear me, okay? I think that everybody can hear me. All the other attendees can hear me well. Yes, okay. So the fact that you have to choose the monofloral honey is because, for instance, for those countries that already have established directives or regulations about the minimum pollen concentration that this honey needs to have, we have included this information in the observations. So when you run one analysis, for instance, for Elianthus, for sunflower, in the observations, it tells you which is the minimum concentration that you need to have to be labeled. So for you as a user, it's good because you receive the information and then you can check if it's above the value or not. But if, for instance, it's not sunflower, but it has like 45% of rubus, you will see in the pollen spectra. Anyway, you will receive all the concentration of all the species above 9%. So anyway, if it's rubus, if it's acacia, if it's another type of honey, you will see in the concentration. We cannot do organoleptic, okay? This is a microscope. Organoleptic is in your side, in the user side, or send it to the lab. But we can provide you with the pollen spectra. So even that you decided to do Elianthus, at the end, if you check the pollen spectra, you will see the composition, the concentration of all the species above 9%. Why you also have to choose the monofloral? Because, for instance, in Spain, it's very usual to have citrus honey from the south that it has only 3% of citrus. And it's a very good honey, and it's a citrus honey. But if you don't classify as citrus honey, because the concentration is maybe 3.5, you would not have seen it, because in the pollen spectra, we only include the information above 9%. So if you want to check, for instance, citrus honey or lavender hybrid honey, which is maybe 3%, you have to indicate, okay? Because if you indicate, you can see concentration below 9%. But anyway, you will see the full pollen spectrum. I don't know if you could hear me. If you could not, hope you can check the recording. This is too long to be written. But anyway, you can also send an email and we can just talk by phone. For those that could hear me, hope it was clear. Otherwise, Suya, citrus, how does the system manage floral as Suya, citrus, or Tilia castaña? The system manage, you can indicate that it's polyflora, for instance, and in the full spectra, you will see everything. Okay, so if you want to know specific concentration, for instance, for citrus that is below 9%, indicate citrus and you will receive the specific concentration. Otherwise, check in the full spectra. But yeah, Suya, citrus, Tilia, castaña, all of them are well trained. They are very typical also in Spain. It works well, the accuracy is good.
Delia?
Tilia, yes.
Oh, Delia. Leila, do you want to say any more?
Do you hear me again or not?
Yes, we hear you.
Okay, perfect.
We hear you.
Thanks for your answer. I have also another question. I mean, if you're not, if your database is not still globally, how do you manage? For example, if we have acacia honey from China, how do you indicate it? Because your data set is basically from the Europe. First of all, if they are just mixture from, I mean, the European honey with the China honey, how do you indicate it? Or even if it's only from the China, because your database is at the moment basically from the European. So how do you indicate it and how do you inform your customers?
They are unknown. When you select which model you want to use, you indicate global, and our system is able to recognize which pollen are not trained. So we can, as a human, because humans also have an unknown percentage of pollen grains, we have a group of pollen species, which for us is unknown, and it's a percentage. And this is what I said, when the percentage of unknown pollen grains are above 14%, there is a warning message that say, this is a suspicious sample, send it to the lab. So this is the reason. This is the reason behind, because the percentage of unknown is too high for us. We don't tell you that it's from China. we just tell you that with the global model, there is a significant percentage of unknown pollen species.
For this, it's important the quality filter of the sample, because if you have a bad sample with agglomeration, clusters, and dirt, the unknown, it's upper. And now we have this filter and only analyze good fields, and we can check it with this unknown.
Yes, the unknown category is something that is also existing when a human expert does an analysis. Also, human experts have challenges when doing a pollen analysis. So there is a unknown category, which also human expert uses. In this case, the warning is if it's above 14. I don't know if... Yes.
Do you mind if I ask another question, or I
Sure,
already
sure.
asked too?
No, I mean, we have time. If people have to leave, they will, and we will send a link for everybody so they can check questions and answers.
Thank you so much, because my big matter is about the validation. And I already asked, I mean, you already answered that there was maybe 53, if I don't make a mistake. You already made a 53 samples validation, but I think it's not enough because, for example, for Raps honey, I mean, it's not too complicated because Raps, it's everywhere in Raps honey. I mean, with in 1 or 2 fields, then we can just reach the high amount of pollen, and then we can just say, okay, I mean, the validation for Raps honey is not that complicated, but for some sorts of honeys, it's really complicated. And when we say that in total, I mean, the whole project is based on 53 samples, it's for me a little bit tricky. Can you just a little bit talk about these results? I mean, about these 53 samples, they were mostly focused on which source of honeys and in which region of Europe, because that's really important for me. Thank you so much.
Okay, for the validation, the 53 samples was a validation specifically for a client. Yeah, as I said, this is from the Arbitral Agri-Food National Reference Laboratory in Spain. All EU members, they have an inspection food control laboratory. All of them, they do routine analysis to different foods, not only honey, but one of the foods is honey. And pollen analysis, as you might know, is very important. So they were interested in buying our system for routine analysis of honey samples from Spain, because they have to do it manually. So they requested us to do a validation. So we sent the device to them, and they analyzed twice by their expert, pollen expert, and University of Cordoba, also pollinologist, all the samples that they were receiving during 5 months. It's only 53 because it's what they receive. It's routine analysis for food inspection controls, and because they are the agri-food laboratory arbitral, the arbitral only receives the problematic samples. It means that when the other communities in Spain, they have problems, they send the samples to them. So that's why they only have 53. So they analyze what they received. They are honey samples from Spain, collected from Spain. From those 53, there were 6 that there were, based on the label, not from Spain, but still the system did it quite well and identified that this honey was not from Spain because of the pollen types. And what they did is to validate that the accuracy of their expert, asthma manual, HoneyAI device, and University of Pollen experts agree on the results. They were happy and they purchased the system, so they are using it. Also, we did a validation with the University of Cordoba. They analyzed 100 samples of honey from Spain again, and they will publish the results soon. In the Spanish webinar, they already provided the insights that they have. And also, Sunil and Manohar explained already that they are doing a validation with the global model. and they had 95 accuracy. Also for the new species that they train for cedar honey, the accuracy is very good. Of course, for those species that we have not yet trained, the accuracy is not so good. So we have not done yet, for instance, a validation with honey coming from Sweden, because we know that we still lack some species from there. So it would not make sense for us to do a accuracy validation. So we encourage all honey packers, cooperatives, technological centers, universities, whatever attendee that you are, ask for a free trial. We can send the device to you. You can test it on your own. You can check the accuracy with your honeys. We can provide you with the list of species that we have trained until now, and we are increasing every week. So every week we retrain models. So the accuracy is always better every week. So yes, that's all from our side. On the validation side, everything is public. We can send to you all the information.
And your microscope can run 24 hours. I mean, they will not get warm, because if they run even 24 hours, if I'm not making a mistake, you already mentioned in your presentation that every samples will take about 25 minutes, correct?
We don't still have the service available for 24 hours because the GPUs in the cloud are in Amazon. Amazon has a charge for us. So it's very expensive for us to keep it during the night, and nobody use it. Usually people use it during working time. So it works from 7 in the morning until 10 in the night. But yeah, you can put the sample, keep it working, and that's all. You receive the values, and the analysis takes between 15 minutes until 1 hour and a half. Depends on the type of honey that you are analyzing. But yeah, no problem if you have your microscope working all the day. No problem with warming, no problem. You can keep the system working all the time. No problem.
Okay, thank you very much for your answer. Thank you.
Thank you, Leila.
Okay, thank you to all the attendees. I will finalize the webinar here. It will be recorded. I will send a link to all of you. I think that I answer all the questions. Important, go to our website. You will see the information there about everything that you can see in the PDF. All the species above 9% are shown for nectariferous species. I think that in the website, this is not clear, but I can confirm that you can see all the species at 9% concentration. Thank you, all of you, for your time. We are late already, we are delayed. So hope that you like the presentation, that you find it useful, clear, interesting. And yeah, that most of you can engage with collaborations with us and with free trials, sending samples to us to check the accuracy. And yeah, we are very open to work with you all. Thank you very much, and have a nice day.
Thank you, Sunil. Thank you, Elena. Manohar.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, team.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.